So the ball was thrown away. And Charlie Meagle is arguing that Lalonde was in the way of Slusher was attempting to throw out Johnson. The double steal was on. It's something that we saw at St. Edward's yesterday where they had Lalonde show bunt, and then Johnson and Runty both took off. But as it stands now, the Hilltoppers have jumped out to a 1-0 lead. So the conversation is over. Johnson should get credit for the stolen base of third, but then the throwing error would allow Slusher. The throwing error by Slusher is what allowed Johnson to come around and score and allow the Hilltoppers to jump out to this early 1-0 lead. A runner at third, still none out. 1-1 the count. That one in the dirt. It's 2-1 now to Lalonde. Come set, here's the pitch. Curveball thrown in there for a called strike. And it's 2-2 now. Manning waits on deck. McLean comes set, deals. Strike three called. And the Rattlers finally record the first out of the ballgame. Let's go on ahead and meet that Rattlers defense. And the outfield from left to right, they have Muchagemba, Billy Richard, and Garcia. Playing third base, Al Gonzalez, Segala, and Maldonado up the middle. Bates will be playing first, and Scott Slusher, who had 3 putouts in the last game, will be catching behind the plate. Manning now steps in, and Slusher knocks that ball down, which was well outside and perhaps saved a run. 1-0. CJ Manning, the second highest average on this Hilltopper team. A .348 batting average on the year. That included pummeling in 39 RBIs, which was second on this team. That one fouled to the backstop, and the count is now 1-1. Runty leads from third. Here's the pitch. That one catches the outside corner for a called strike two. So McLean seems to be finding the zone. McLean looks in. He's working in 3/4 sleeves today. Here's the pitch. And this one chopped over to Maldonado. He'll look the runner back and throw over to first. And 2 outs now for the Rattlers. Now Bobrowski will step in the lefty.
First baseman number 6, Nate Bobrowski.
Bobrowski, a .240 hitter on the year. That didn't keep him from hitting in 24 runs. First pitch, a curveball called strike one. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That one well outside, and count will be evened up at 1-1. He comes set again. And this one hit well into left center field. Going back is Muchagemba, and it's over his head. Second run of the game will score for the Lions, and standing at second with a double is Bobrowski. So the Lions get their first hit of the ball game. but because of a couple of base runners put on by McLean early on, now lead it 2-0. Now Marshall Burford will stand it. Burford, a .305 average coming into play. And he takes the first ball he sees just foul down the left field line. So 0-1 will be the count. Bobrowski standing in scoring position. He leads from second. McLean looking from his sign. Here's the pitch. It's off speed, a changeup for a called strike. 0-2. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The pitch is dropped. Slusher will fire over to first to complete the strikeout. So 2 runs are scored on 2 hits with 1 error, 1 left on base. The Lions 2, the Rattlers coming up.
Leading off the ball game for the Rattlers, right fielder number 4, Adrian Garcia.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Heartland Conference Tournament being played at Sullivan Field on the campus of the University of the Incarnate Word. It'll be Brandon Easterling pitching for the Hilltoppers. He's already been spotted a 2-0 lead. First pitch is thrown in there, called ball 1. Garcia takes this one into left field. Runty sails underneath it and makes the catch. Let's go on ahead and meet Easterling. Easterling, a 2.20 ERA on the year with a 10-3 record. He also has 64 strikeouts as compared to 19 walks. Now Derek Muchagimbo will come to the plate. Let's meet the rest of the Rattlers lineup. It'll be Garcia leading off, playing right, following him Muchagimba, who's playing left. And Muchagimba hits one right off of Easterling. He goes over, picks the ball up, and throws Muchagimba out narrowly. So 2 away. Well, after Muchagimba, now coming to the plate will be Ivan Segala, the shortstop. After him, it'll be Bates in the cleanup spot, playing first. Then Al Gonzalez, who had the home run yesterday, will bat 5th and play the 5 position of third base. Then it'll be Billy Richard, the center fielder, batting 6th. Mario Maldonado batting batting seventh and playing second. And after him will be Nathan Humple, his second straight day at the designated hitter spot. Scott Slusher will round out the lineup and handle the catching duties. 0-1 to Segala. Easterling working from the windup. That pitch gets away from the catcher Manning, so 1-1 the count. Bates, the Heartland Conference Player of the Year, waits on deck. This one taken right to the third baseman Watts. Throws on to first to end the inning, so the Rattlers go 3 up, 3 down. You're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. And welcome back, everyone, as we get ready to start the second inning. 2-0, the advantage for the Hilltoppers. It'll be Dylan Watts to lead off the inning here. Following him will be Perzolo and Dozel, the bottom of the order. First pitch well out of the zone, 1-0 the count. McLean deals, and that one again very high, 2-0. Here's the pitch, and that one fouled off. So 2-1 now the count. It's McLean working for the second inning after a rough first. First inning where he only allowed 1 hit, but 2 runs scored because of a walk and a hit by pitch. That one high, 3-1. From the windup. And a called strike. Watts thought he had the walk there, but he's told to come back. So full count now. McLean deals. Watts spoils a good pitch. We'll do 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. And McLean already his third strikeout of the ball game. Now Pirzolo will come up.
Right field number 2, Joe Pirzolo.
We might be losing some money.
I thought he only had 2. Is that 3?
Is it 3?
McLean deals. Strike 1, swinging.
The drop third strike. Okay. Oh, the drop third strike. That's right.
Pirzolo hitting .309 on the year. 18 RBIs, not bad for a number 8 hitter. That pitch right at the knees and on the inside corner for a called strike 2.
Now he's firing like pissed. You tell, late in that inning he started lighting up.
McLean winds up and deals. I want a good waste pitch there. It's well outside. So 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That one just outside. McLean was nibbling with that slider, didn't get the call. 2-2. Dolzel waits on deck. This one popped up high into the air. And Al Gonzalez drops it. It seemed for a while that Slusher was going to take charge of that one, but then Gonzalez came in at the last minute, and the ball got away and eluded all three of them.
Slusher was right under the ball.
Yeah.
E5? Yeah, that's E5.
So it would be an error on Gonzalez and a base runner for the Hilltoppers.
Dolly's on. Dolly's on.
And now Dolzel will come to the plate. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That one bounces in front of the plate. It's stopped by Slusher. 1-0 the count.
Now to bat, center field number 21, Ryan Dolzel.
So the Rattlers, after being the only team not to commit an error yesterday, have already committed 2 errors in the first 2 innings today. Called strike there, 1-1 the count. Small lead for Pizzolo at first. Extends it now a bit. It'll be checked on by McLean. Dives back safely. McLean comes set. Checks over to first again. Nothing doing. Pizzolo's back there safely. McLean comes to the plate, and this one smoked into left field. Muchigimbo will field, and he bobbles it. And Dolzel will advance the extra base. Pizzolo will advance the extra base, and Dolzel stands at first with the double. So now it's 3 errors on the Rattlers here today.
Back there. My eyes were over here. You can give him there.
I don't know. I thought he advanced on the ball because the ball got away from him. I think he picked that up. The guy's face like that.
Now Johnson will come to the plate.
Second baseman number 8, Taylor Johnson.
Johnson, the first time he was up, walked on 4 pitches and eventually stole 2 bases and came around to score on the throwing error by Slusher. McLean deals. This one in the dirt, so 1-0. McLean with the pitch. And again low and in the dirt. Slusher getting a workout behind the plate. 2-0. So 1 away and runners at the corners for the Hilltoppers. Here's the pitch. One inside. And 3-0 now the count for Johnson. He has yet to see a strike today. McLean comes set, throws over to first. Dolzel back in standing. Here's the pitch. Allen catches the inside corner, called strike 1. While Johnson was taking the whole way with 3-0, with a great batting average like his, you have to think that he'd probably be swinging away at 3-on-1. Here's the pitch. And he took it for a called strike, and the count is now full. McLean shakes off Slusher. Now he has what he wants. Here's the pitch. And this one taken up the middle. He'll get through. The 3rd run of the game will come home and score for the Hilltoppers. And once again, it'll be runners at the corners as Dozel advanced. So Johnson with the RBI single. Slusher will go out. He'll talk to McLean. Segala also getting in on the conference.
Left field number 15, Cutter Runty.
Now Cutter Runty will come up. Runty was hit by a pitch in his last at bat on a 2-2 count. McLean comes set. Good speed on Johnson at first. He already stole 2 bags today. Called strike. McLean comes with the pitch. That one's very high. About letter high on the jerseys. 1-1 on the count. Dozel leads from third, Johnson from first. Called strike there on the inside corner, 1-2. Al Gonzalez playing just about on the cut of the grass. The middle infielder's cheating over to second, hoping for a double play ball. And this one will be hit into center field, and it'll fall. And 4-0, now the Hilltoppers lead. As 3 back-to-back singles have helped the Hilltoppers to score another additional 2 runs this inning.
Shortstop number 16, Ransom Lalonde.
Now Lalonde will come up. He struck out looking the first time he was up. He showed bunt the last time he was up. That was with 2 runners on and none out. Looks like he'll be swinging away here. Ball 1. McLean already struggling. He's thrown 53 pitches here today and only 31 of them for strikes. Check to second. That one called a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. McLean comes set. Look to second. Maldonado moves over there. McLean will step off the rubber. Here's the pitch. That one gets away from Slusher, but he's able to knock it down. Nothing doing for the base runners. 2-1. Manning, the catcher, is waiting on deck for a chance. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That's well outside. Count will move to 3-1. McLean has his sign. A pickoff throw over. Johnson back in standing. McLean again will step off the rubber. He's really having to take his time here with Lalonde at the plate and 2 runners on the bags. Here's the pitch. And this one, a hot shot off of Gonzalez's glove. Segala went over to grab it, but he's not able to make the play at first. Albie scored a base hit. And so now the base is full of Hilltoppers and still only 1 away.
Catcher number 36, C.J. Manning.
Now C.J. Manning coming to the plate. Grounded out to second in his first at bat.
Can't say it's all here.
McLean with the pitch. Started him off speed and again in the dirt, and Slusher knocks it down 1-0. Bates, the first baseman, playing behind Lalonde at first. And this one will get through into left field. 1 run will score, and the second is being held at third base. And the lead now swells to 5-0 for the Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers now with 5 straight singles in this inning. The pitching coach, Coach Ermis, coming out to talk to McLean for the second time in just as many innings. Still nobody warming in the Rattlers bullpen, but McLean has to be struggling a bit, already having thrown 59 pitches in just 2 innings of work. So it looks like the conference will be broken up. We're going to get back to playing here. It'll be Bobrowski at the plate.
First baseman number 6, Nate Bobrowski.
Bobrowski already 1 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. That one catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. McLean comes set, and Greg Daub will now stand in the Rattlers bullpen and warm up. That one's well outside, 1-1. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That's well outside. It's 2-1 now. So after throwing a first pitch strike, McLean has thrown 2 balls in a row. This one's chopped over to Bates. He's going to second with it. On to first, and it's thrown away. So now 2 runs will come home as Runty and Lalonde touch the plate, and the score is now 7-0.
Yeah, Mario went cover. So you got a shortstop on that. That's a fielder's choice. He stays at first. 2 runs for him.
So 7-0 now the score.
Designated hitter number 44, Marshall Bierford.
Now Burford will come to the plate.
Third.
Burford 0 for 1 today. He struck out. That first pitch out of the zone, 1-0.
So 1 RBI.
Klein looks to first. And this one hit right at Gonzalez. It hits the dirt. The throw to first is in time. And the Rattlers finally get out of the inning. 5 more runs scored off of 5 more hits. Another error, 2 errors committed. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live.
Second inning for the Rattlers.
So as we get underway for the bottom of the 7th inning, the Hilltoppers have jumped out to a 7-0 lead. It'll be Bates, Gonzalez, and Richard due at the plate for the Rattlers this inning. First pitch, a called strike. Bates looked like he was taking the whole way there.
Hey, I'm looking.
Easterling delivers that one also on the outside corner for a called strike too. Yeah. Easterling winds and deals that pitch outside. As opposed to McLean, who's thrown 65 pitches on the ballgame, Easterling got through the first, throwing only 5 pitches. Another 3 pitches this inning makes his total 8. So very efficient for him so far. That one well outside, and the count's now 2-2. Bates steps back in the box. Here's the pitch, and it hit him. So Bates will be the Rattlers' first base runner of the ball game off of the HBP. Oh, whoops. Now Al Gonzalez will come to the plate.
Third baseman number 14, Al Gonzalez.
One positive we know that Sanders isn't great at keeping the lead either.
Gonzalez was 3 for 4 yesterday, including a big home run that he had. First pitch, called strike, a fastball in the inside corner. And that pitch catches the outside corner. 0-2. Gonzalez in the regular season, a .307 hitter. Included 3 home runs, the 4th yesterday. This one, a 2-hopper off the chest of the third baseman Watts. The throw to first is booted. It goes into the outfield. Bates will move up to third. Gonzalez motoring towards second. He's in there safely.
That's okay for me. Or just any of what?
I don't know that you think he would have beat it out?
It was looking really close at first.
Yeah, we can do that. So,
And already, a pitching conference out here for the Hilltoppers. It was going to be a close play at first, so Gonzalez is going to be given credit for the hit. But then the ball was thrown away, and both of the runners moved up 90 feet, so a base hit and an error.
Center fielder number 23, Billy Richard.
Now Billy Richard will be coming up. Richard, a .220 batting average on the year. That first pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Richard, though, despite that low average, was still second on the team with 32 runs scored. Looks the whole way there for a ball. 1-1. Mario Maldonado waits on deck. And that pitch again outside. 2-1. Easterling, all three of his pitches, he's been nibbling against Richard. Here's the pitch. Richard smacks it, but just foul down the third base line. 2-2 the count. Maldonado waits on deck. Richard looking to put the Rattlers on the board. Easterling to the plate. Off speed, and Richard swings at it and goes down. So Maldonado will now come to the plate.
Second base number 21, Mario Maldonado.
If you're the Rattlers, you don't want to spoil two runners in scoring position with none out, especially when you're down 7 runs. Maldonado digs in. Easterling from the windup. Here's the pitch. That pitch catches the outside corner for a called strike one. Bates leads from third, Gonzalez from second. That one a bit low. The count will now be 1-1. Here's the pitch. And Maldonado off the handle of his bat. It's going to be a close play, and the Rattlers will plate their first run, and Maldonado will be safe at first. It was a tough play for Lalonde, who had to go across the bag.
I'm not really sure how to score that one.
How do you score that?
There's an E somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. You got 3 options. I probably would
So Maldonado on first.
That's kind of where I was leaning. Second base.
second base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Error on second base.
Ford didn't touch the button.
Was it shortstop?
He was shortstop. He's 6 with anything. I wouldn't have him hit. I think he'd be out.
Yeah, do you think he hit in the E6?
Well, we'll tell you how they decide to score that one.
Would you say there was a hit there to start or no?
And a check swing by Humple. Ball thrown to second, on to first in time, and that'll end the inning. The Rattlers, though, get on the board, so 7-1 now the score as you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. So for the second inning in a row, it'll be Dylan Watts leading off for the Hilltoppers. First pitch fired in there for a called strike one. McLean still out there on the bump. That pitch also paints the outside corner. 0-2. So for those of you just joining us, let's give a brief recap. Hilltoppers jump out, score 2 in the top of the first, and then add 5 more in the top of the second when they batted around. And then the Rattlers just now bounced back to score 1 in the bottom of the second. So 7-1 our score. Pitch fouled off, and the count will stay at 1-2 for Watts. McLean has his sign. Here's the pitch. And it's off speed, but Watts spoils that one. It'll be 1-2 once again. This is the second game of our triple header here today. For the victor, a spot in the championship game and 1 game away from the title. As McLean, another strikeout there. It's his 4th of the ball game. And for the loser, another game here today to be played at scheduled to be played at 7 o'clock, and that game will be against the Texas A&M International University Dust Devils, who were victorious in our first game of our triple header today at noon. First pitch fired in there, strike one. It's Perzolo at the plate. Last time he was up, he hit a pop-up that was mishandled by Al Gonzalez and managed to reach. That next pitch, again, inside corner, called strike 2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. McLean seems to be finding his groove. His 5th strikeout of the ball game.
Center field number 21, Brian Dolzall.
Do you know anything?
Here's the pitch. And Dozel, a weak swing and a miss there.
One that you'd like to hear? I have like fast cards and freedom by Rascal Flat.
Clay now working quickly. That one above the belt and outside. 1-1. That one bends in there, but a bit low. 2-1. McLean from the windup. That one fouled off on a check swing by Dozel. So 2-2 the count.
Yeah.
McLean 1 strike away from striking out the side. And this one instead bounced over Segala. Throw to first is in time. And McLean gets a much needed 11 pitch inning. 7-1 still our score. The Rattlers coming up as you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live.
Slusher.
So Scott Slusher, the number 9 hitter, will lead off here. It'll be 9-1-2, Garcia and Muchagemba to follow.
I saw Mary over at Snapcore. I was like, Mary, you get a double.
Easterling with the pitch. First pitch, a called strike one.
It's like my husband's losing hair. And
Well, at least he's not losing color.
Easterling working quickly now to Slusher, and another called strike 0-2. Here's the pitch. Slusher hits one very high. Taking charge is the shortstop Lalonde. And Slusher is retired. So with one away, the Rattlers will now go through the order for the second time. Garcia now at the plate.
Right fielder number 4, Adrian Garcia.
He's 0 for 1 today. He popped out to left his first time up. That first pitch, high and outside, 1-0. Easterling working quickly. Garcia, half-hard swing. It goes to second base. And that one's handled by Johnson. 2 away now.
Left fielder number 30, Derek Muchagemba.
Now it'll be Muchagemba coming to the plate. His first at bat, he hit a ball off of Easterling, who was able to regather and eventually throw Muchagemba out at first. That one fired on the inside corner for a called strike one. And that one out of the zone, it bounces off of Manning. I'll head to the backstop. 1-1 now the count. Muchagemba was 1 for 4 yesterday with that triple in the first inning. And this time Muchagemba lifts one toward the left field line. It's foul, but the catch is made by Runty as he slides, and the Rattlers will go in order. 7-1, still the score. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. So it'll be Johnson, Runty, and Lalonde here in this inning for the Hilltoppers. And Johnson looks at strike one called. Johnson so far today, he walked in his first plate appearance and got a single in his next at bat. Makes him 1-1, which is the count right now. Johnson also 2 stolen bases and has scored 2 runs. He takes this one towards center field. Billy Richard going back and tracking it. He's got it. So 1 away as Johnson is retired for the first time today.
Left fielder number 15, Cutter Runty.
Now Cutter Runty coming to the plate. Similar numbers to Johnson. 2 runs scored, a stolen base, 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. That one out of the zone, 1-0. That ball chopped foul down the first baseline. It's 1-1 now. McLean deals. This one popped up high into the air. And Garcia will take control and make the grab. 2 away now on 2 pop flies.
Shortstop number 16, Ransom Lalonde.
Now Lalonde will come up. Lalonde 1 for 2 today. He had a single in his last at bat.
On the screen.
Here's the pitch from McLean.
Does that have an earphone?
That one out of the zone, 1-0.
It's not even turning. It's
Just saying that.
yeah. I don't know.
Here's the pitch.
I feel like it's.
That's the first time that curveball's really broke with authority for McLean. That was a beauty, 1-1. He appears to be settling in now for the Rattlers. That pitch just over Lalonde's shoe tops. 2-1 now the count. Off speed, the changeup, a called strike. He fooled him there. It's 2-2 now. Lalonde so far looking the whole way, hasn't swung the bat yet. He finally does, and he fouls one down the third base line. So we'll do 2-2 yet again with 2 away. McLean winds up. Here's the pitch. And Lalonde spoils a nice curveball there. Manning waits on deck should it come to that. And this one chopped over and it'll get through. Muchigimba gathers it, throws it back in, and Lalonde with his second hit of the ball game.
The catcher number 36, TJ Manning.
Now CJ Manning will step in. Manning 1 for 2 today. He had a single in the second inning. McLean now working from the set. Here's the pitch. McLean takes the first ball he sees down the right field line. Going back and making the catch is Bates. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. The Hilltoppers 7, the Rattlers 1. So the bottom of the fourth getting underway. We're at Sullivan Field here, the site of the Heartland Conference Tournament. The hosting Rattlers trailing 7-1 to the Hilltoppers. And a matchup between the 1 and the 2 seeds. Easterling is first pitch to Segala out of the zone, 1-0. It'll be Segala, Bates, and Gonzalez due up this inning, the heart of the order for the Rattlers. And Segala, this one, grounded over, and Lalonda fires over to first in time, and Segala is out. Now it'll be Brandon Bates.
Number 17, Brandon Bates.
Brandon, in his first plate appearance, was hit by a pitch. That was on a 2-2 count. He eventually came around and scored the Rattlers' only run of the ball game so far. Here's the pitch. It's well outside, 1-0 the count.
Go both ways.
Here's the pitch. This one sharply hit towards short, but Lalonda has it. And Bates is retired. So 2 ground outs to short to start this inning. It'll be up to Al Gonzalez.
Third baseman number 14, Al Gonzalez.
Easterling, a pitch out of the zone, 1-0. Gonzalez steps in, he's now ready. Here's the pitch. That one out of the zone, 2-0 now. Gonzalez so far 1 for 1 today with a single. And 3-0 now the count. Gonzalez so far very hot throughout this tournament. You can actually see an interview on the new RattlerAthletics.com that Al did after the game yesterday. And you can check out all the most recent articles and coverage of the Rattlers on the new RattlerAthletics.com. 3-1 now the count. Here's the pitch. And Gonzalez, he fouled that one off his leg. He went down immediately in pain, but seems to be getting up and walking around, which is a good sign. And he's going to be given some time here. So Gonzalez will step back into the box. A full count now with 2 away. Here's the pitch. And he rips this one into left center field, and it'll get down. Gonzalez turning for second. He'll dig for 2. And he'll be in there standing. For the Rattlers, just their second hit of this ball game as Gonzalez tries to start the 2-out rally.
Center field number 23, Billy Richard.
Now it'll be up to Billy Richard. Richard struck out swinging on off-speed pitch in his last at-bat. Gonzalez a decent lead at second, no one really holding him. In fact, Lalonde, the shortstop's playing nowhere near the bag. That one's fired in there. Billy looked the whole way. Strike 1 called. Easterling now working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And Richard fouls this one off toward the third base coaching box. He'll fall behind 0-2. Runty and Dozel, the left and center fielder, playing about a step deeper than they usually would. The third baseman, Watts, hugging the line, trying to prevent the doubles. And Richard gets a hold of one. And it drops down. Runty a diving effort, and Richard will stand at second, and the Rattlers score their second run of the ball game. Some clutch hitting from Billy Richard right there on an 0-2 count. And now it'll be Mario Maldonado. Maldonado reached on an air the first time he was up.
Everybody hit!
Richard, a good lead from second. He has some nice speed. That first pitch, outside, 1-0. Maldonado, for the first half of the season, was on an absolute tear. He was over 400 for most of the year. He seemed to have cooled off a little since then. This pitch taken over to Lalonde. Lalonde throws to first. It's in time. And Lalonde actually records all 3 outs of the inning, but not before the Rattlers can score a couple of doubles with 2 outs. 7-2 now the score as you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. And welcome back, everyone, as we get ready to start the 5th inning. Be Bobrowski leading off here. McLean's still out there, already 94 pitches thrown, though. That ball that's fouled off down the first base line is his 95th. After Bobrowski, it'll be Burford and then Watts. So 5, 6, 7 due up here for the Hilltoppers.
Go, right line! 3 out! 3 out!
McLean winds and deals. Bobrowski barely got the bat on that one, but he still fouls it off. 0-2. McLean looks in. He has his sign. Here's the pitch. That one high and tight. 1-2. That one also out of the zone. 2-2 now the count. McLean probably trying to nibble away here at the strike zone. And that curveball is taken into left field. It looked like Bobrowski was waiting on it. So the Hilltoppers will have their leadoff man on. It's the second time today that they've done that.
Designated hitter number 44, Marshall Burford.
Marshall Burford now coming to the plate. Burford so far 0 for 2. He's laying down the bunt here. Slusher, a pickoff throw over to first, but back standing is Bobrowski. 0-1 the count. McLean comes set. Look to first. Bunt being shown again. He gets it down. McLean over to field it. The throw to first in time. And now it'll be a runner in scoring position for the Hilltoppers. Now Watts, the third baseman, will come to the plate.
Third baseman number 1, Dylan Watts.
Watts has yet to join in on the Hilltoppers hitting fest. He's 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. Bobrowski leads from second. Pretty sizable lead over there. Here's the pitch. Off speed to start Watts, a called strike one. McLean has his sign. And going now. The throw to third, there will be none. Bobrowski stole that one off of the pitcher. It was a good pitch to go on, too. It was a changeup. One and one the count. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That one above the belt, and it's 2-1 now. Rizzolo waits on deck. McLean deals. Swing and a miss. Counts now 2-2. This one popped up. That one snagged in the dugout of the Hilltoppers. Bates actually ran up over into the dugout. But it's technically foul ground and out of play. So 2-2, the count will remain. Watts now has fouled off a couple of pitches. That curveball bends in there. And just out of the zone for ball three. So full count. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. That curveball again out of the zone once again. McLean frustrated with the call. So now it'll be Hilltoppers at the corners and Perzolo coming to the plate. McLean threw that curveball on 2-2 and on 3-2. Both times it looked like it could have been called strike three. Both close pitches. And called ball three and ball four by the home plate umpire. So first and third now. It'll be Perzolo at the plate. You hear the fans on both ends getting into it now. And Perzolo, that one popped up into the air. Slusher giving chase. But it'll be into the Rattlers dugout. A foul ball, 0-1. Perzolo so far today is 0 for 2. He reached on Al Gonzalez there and struck out looking. And Perzolo lays down a bunt. One run will get home and no one's over to cover the bag. So Perzolo doing the unexpected, and it gives the Hilltoppers now an 8-2 lead. Watts will stand at second, Pirozzolo at first.
Ryan Dosley.
Dobb up once again in the Rattlers bullpen warming. Now Dolzel, the number 9 hitter at the plate. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt. Pulls it back. 1-0 the count. Klain comes set, look to second. This pitch is lifted up and out of play behind the plate. The count will be evened up at 1 apiece.
Go, Ryder! Go, 2!
Dolzel so far today is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. That curveball out of the zone yet again. 2-1. Look to second. Here's the pitch. This one hit high. Slusher giving chase, but it'll get out of play off of the canopy on the first base side. 2-2. Klain looking in, has his sign. 2-2 the count, 1 away, 2 on. Here's the pitch. And it hit him. And with that, bases will now be full of Hilltoppers, and Taylor Johnson will be coming to the plate. Johnson so far 1 for 2. A big opportunity here for the Hilltoppers to add to their already sizable lead. Here's the pitch. It's off the plate outside. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That time, a called strike. 1-1. McLean now has thrown 121 pitches. You have to think that this inning will be his last. And another called strike. An inside corner being given against Johnson. 1-2 the count. McLean with his sign. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one helmet high. Johnson not swinging. 2-2. Johnson's been very patient in his bat so far today. Here's the pitch. And this one in on Johnson's hands. He's able to foul it away, though, down the third baseline. 2-2. Slusher looking toward the dugout for the sign. He has it. Here's the pitch. This one hit over toward Maldonado. Could be a 2-ball. Segal with the replay. He can't get it out of his glove. And another Hilltopper will cross home. So Watts will come home to score. Rizzolo will advance toward third. And Johnson will have the fielder's choice and stand at first. So now 2 away, and runners at the corner. It'll be Runty at the plate. 1 for 2 so far today. This one, a towering fly ball hit toward deep right field. It's just foul. So 0-1 the count. Johnson with good speed at first is a threat to go. That pitch, a curveball. Called the ball once again, 1-1. And check over to first on Johnson. He's back standing. McLean looking in. Here's the pitch. That curveball bends into the strike zone. 1-2. Lalonde waits on deck. Should it come to that. And check over to first again on Johnson. Pirozzolo leads from third, Johnson from first. And check over on Johnson yet again. McLean comes set. Here's the pitch. Just inside. It's 2-2 with 2 away. McLean to the plate. That pitch fouled off by Runty. Spoiled a good one there. So we'll do 2-2 yet again. McLean comes set. This pitch popped up. Slusher giving chase, but it'll get out of play. As Runty spoils yet another one. McLean shakes off Slusher. This pitch will be his 130th. And check over first on Johnson yet again. McLean with the sign. Here's the pitch. Did he go around? He did not. The count will run full. Runty with some good plate discipline there, able to keep the head of the bat from crossing the plane. McLean with the pitch. Johnson will running start. Now one hopper over to Bates. Touches the bag to end the inning, but not before the Hilltoppers push 2 more across home plate. 9-2 now the advantage as you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. And welcome back, everyone, as we get ready to start the bottom of the 5th inning. For the Rattlers this inning, it will be Humpel, Slusher, and then back to the top of the order with Garcia. First pitch out of the zone, 1-0 for Easterlake. That pitch above Humpel's belt. It's 2-0 now. Humpel, his only at bat, he grounded into a double play. Here's the pitch from Easterlink. That one also out of the zone, and Humpel finds himself ahead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Strike one called. Humpel yesterday went 2 for 3. That pitch called a strike. He's actually one of 2 Rattlers with a triple in yesterday's game, the other being Muchagimba. Full count. That one looked like it hit him. It must have, as the umpire called for time. It's a dead ball, and Humpel advanced down to first.
The catcher, number 27, Scott Slusher.
So the leadoff runner is on base, Slusher at the plate. Popped out to short his first time up. That pitch right near Slusher's chin. And right away, Easterling's going to get a conference out on the mound with his pitching coach. And this sometimes happens with pitchers, as their team has an inning for them where they score runs. But the thing is, you sit on that bench for so long, your arm can end up getting tired out a little bit. And you come back in the game, and you're not as sharp as you once were. I want to know the count. Slusher will dig back in. Humpel a modest lead at first. That one fired in there for a called strike one. Garcia waits on deck. Here's the pitch. It's well out of the zone, 2-1. Easterling kicks and deals. This one lifted high into the air. Runty settling underneath it, and he'll make the catch. And one away for the Rattlers.
Right fielder number 4, Adrian Garcia.
Now Adrian Garcia will come up. Garcia 0 for 2 today. I'd like to remind everyone, this is the winner's bracket game right now. The winner of this game will go on with a chance to clinch the championship. That game will be tomorrow at 1 p.m., while the loser will go on to play the Texas A&M International University, and that game will be at 7 o'clock today. 2-0 to start out for Garcia. And we, of course, will be bringing you all those games here on Rattlers Live. That pitch dealt in there right down the middle, 2-1. Looked like Garcia was taking until he got a strike anyway. And this one popped up by Garcia. Dolzo applies the swing, applies the squeeze, and now it's 2 away, and Muchagimba coming to the plate.
The fielder number 30, Derek Muchagimba.
Great job on that button, by the way.
Muchagimba 0 for 2 today. In fact, he's 0 for his last 6. He's due. Humpel still a Pretty small lead over at first. Muchigimbo looks at strike one. Dobbs still warming in the Rattler bullpen. So that pitch is low, 1-1 for Muchigimbo. You have to think that Dobb will probably come in after McLean's already thrown over 130 pitches. That one catches the inside corner on Muchigimbo, 1-2. And Muchigimbo goes around. The ball gets away from the catcher, though. And on the drop third strike, the Rattlers will have runners at first and second. So Manning not able to knock it down. Muchigimbo was told he went around and instantly hustled down to first base. And the Rattlers catch a break.
Wild pitch. Wild pitch. Shortstop number 9, Ivan Sigala.
Now Ivan Segala coming to the plate.
Is that another guess, Gary?
I think it counts in the system. It didn't.
0-2 for today. And this one barely fouled off of the end of the bat. 0-1 for Segala.
It's probably Bill Miller.
Humple leads from second, and as opposed to his lead from first, this one's rather generous. And here's the pickoff throw. And Humple just barely dives back in time. He calls for time now. As him and Lalonde got a little bit tangled up there. 0-1 the count. And Humple once again out to this sizable lead at second. Here's the pitch. One's inside, about letter high. 1-1. Easterling deals. And Segala lifts this one high into right center field. Dozel has it handled. And no runs are scored, but the Rattlers leave 2 men on base. 9-2, still our score. We're heading to the top of the 6th. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. And welcome back, everyone, to the Heartland Conference Tournament. New pitcher for the Rattlers. It'll be Greg Dobb. His first pitch thrown in there a bit low and inside, ball one. Dobb to the plate once again, swing and a miss. The count now even at 1-1. At the plate right now, it's Lalonde. And that one chopped through and will get into left. And Lalonde with a leadoff single. Big turn at first base. He'll stay put. And so the Hilltoppers once again threatening.
Catcher number 36, C.J. Manning.
C.J. Manning will now come up. It's 1 for 2 on the ball game. Let's tell you a bit about Greg Dobb. 3.38 ERA. That was done in 6 appearances over the year for the red shirt freshman. He has 5 strikeouts as compared to 3 walks. His first pitch to Manning. There goes Lalonde. The throw down by Slusher. It's in time as he nailed him. What a beautiful throw by Slusher. And they're saying that that pitch hit Manning. And so now it'll be runners on first and second base. So the throw by Slusher is taken away. And Manning will be on first and Lalonde on second.
First baseman number 6, Nate Bobrowski.
Now Bobrowski will come up. Bobrowski's 2 for 3 today.
I don't like that. Top of the third.
Dobb comes set. Check to second. Here's the pitch. The bunt is laid down. It's a beauty down third baseline. And Slusher will just eat it. It'll be an infield single by Bobrowski. And so the Hilltoppers, who already lead by a margin of 9-2, are still looking to add to that lead here in the top of the 6th.
I guess 8. Still the same. I thought was right. They had to strike in 45 minutes.
Designated hitter number 44, Mark
They had
Burford.
to strike in 45
Now
minutes.
Burford will come up.
Like it's Central Missouri going down there. They were putting us in hotel.
Burford's 0 for 2. He has sacrificed bunt his last time up. Dobb checks to second, checks third, the high leg kick. And that one gets away from Slusher. And it'll be 10-2 now for the Hilltoppers. So Lalonde will cross the plate. Manning and Bobrowski both move up an extra 90 feet. It's Dobb, who has just come into the game, is having a tough time establishing himself. And this pitch is hit high and deep. And this one's a no-doubter. A 3-run Jimmy Jack clears the bases. And the Hilltoppers have now pushed their lead to 11.
So that makes the pass ball go hurt, right? Because he would have scored on that home run right there.
That just changes it from a grand slam to a 3-run home run. Third base number 1, Dylan Watts.
Now Dylan Watts will come to the plate. Watts laying down the bunt. Gonzalez to throw to first. It's not in time. It pulled Bates off the bag.
That's a hit on that.
It's a base hit for Watts. And with that hit, the Hilltoppers have already tallied 13 hits in the 6th inning. Now Pirozzolo will step in. Pirozzolo is 1 for 3 today. First pitch out of the zone, 1-0. Watts, good speed at first. We just saw him motor down the line. This one foul to the backstop. It'll even up the count at 1 apiece.
Maybe in between games, can we get the trophy?
1-1.
Watching this game didn't help anything.
Dobb checked to first. And Slusher again has to knock a ball down. It's 2-1 now.
They're gonna find out. So I think that's non-elimination games, right?
That's a non-elimination?
Yeah, non-elimination.
So that's a win.
Well, this isn't an elimination game. Do we have?
Yeah, check to first.
I guess I should ask.
It looks over there yet again. Rattler's a couple of arms warming in the pen. This one smacked into right field, and the hits continue for the Lions. Pirozzolo is second hit of the ball game.
I can't remember what we decided. I thought yesterday we decided that there was.
Center field number 21, Ryan Dolzel.
Now Dolzel will come up. Charlie Meagles walking out to the pitching mound. Dobbs so far has faced 6 batters. 5 of them have gotten hits off of him, and he hit the other one. Not to mention one of those hits was a homer. And Dobb will now come out of the game. It looks like Humple will be coming into the ball game now. Humple, who started the game as the designated hitter, will now come in and pitch. And so the Rattlers should be forfeiting that designated hitter spot for the rest of the ball game. 13-2 the score. We'll come back and tell you all about the new pitcher Nathan Humple as you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. So we return in the top of the 6th inning. And the first pitch by Humple hits the batter, Dolzel. He'll load up the bases. And Dozel in some pain there. I believe the ball hit right off of his left ankle.
We'll be
So Dobbs' day is just about done, except for the runners on second and third base. Is not able to record an out. Now it'll be up to Humple. And Rick Villa is warming in the Rattlers bullpen.
Second baseman number 8, Taylor Johnson.
And now Taylor Johnson, who's always dangerous, is coming to the plate. Johnson so far 1 for 3 today. That first pitch right at the belt for a called strike 1. So let's go on ahead and meet Nathan Humple. It'll be his 7th appearance on the year. He started 2 of those games, so that one's high. It's 1-1 to count. A 1-1 record on the year with an 8.1 ERA. It's probably bloated because he only pitched 13 1/3 innings all year. Humple comes set. Here's the pitch. This one shot over to third. Gonzalez is coming home. Slusher, the relay to first, and that's in time. And that will be a 2-outer for the Rattlers. Score at 5-2-3. An unconventional double play, but sorely needed. Pirozzolo will advance to third, and Dozel will move on down to second.
Single hit by pitch, single bunt, pass ball.
Runty will now come to the plate.
Single.
That pitch out of the zone, 1-0.
Make him work for it.
And with Runty coming to the plate, the Hilltoppers have batted around for the second time today. Humple deals. With that sidearm motion, he misses high and outside, 2-0.
The run rule is not applicable in the tournament.
So 2-0, 2 away.
But if after the 7,
Humple comes set.
the coach will just say, that's your ball game.
Check swing, he went around. Strike 1.
I always thought it was on any non-elimination game. The run rule, for an elimination game, you played
And
out.
that makes sense.
Who said no?
Humple now coming set.
He said, nope, you just kind of have to sit through this whole thing. It's like
Here's the pitch.
saying that it's better to
That's
fucking-
well outside.
You can let one of these slip
It's
away.
3-1.
After watching Fort Smith yesterday.
Come back, Cleveland, back!
I think an elimination game you need to give them like the allotted amount of time.
The Hilltoppers, already for the second time this tournament, amazingly have put 13 runs on the board. This one fouled off of Runty as he goes to the ground. So it'll be a foul ball and a full count.
The rain may make a decision for us.
He said it's coming in 30 minutes.
Some deja vu as Al Gonzalez fouled the ball off of himself earlier in the ball game. And right after he did that, he doubled to the left center field corner. So Slusher heads back behind the plate. He'll head into his squat. Runty will step back in. Full count, 2 away. 2 Hilltoppers in scoring position. Here's the pitch. It's poked over. Off the mound, Segala has it. The throw to first is in time, and the Rattlers manage to get out of the inning. But not before they give up 4 additional runs. The Hilltoppers now firmly ahead, 13-2. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live.
First base number 17, Brandon Bates.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Heartland Conference Tournament. As Bates starts the bottom of 6. That ball taken by Lalonde, but his throw from his knees is not accurate, and Bates will leg it out for an infield single.
Three in left field. Third baseman number 14, Al Gonzalez.
And now Al Gonzalez will head to the plate. And a defensive change for the Hilltoppers. Bo Rogers has come into the game for Runty, who actually just fouled the ball off his legs. It looked like he'll be getting the rest of the day off. Strike one called to Gonzalez. And now the count's 0-2. Billy Richard waits on deck. And a swing and a miss, and Gonzalez goes down. One away.
Center field number 23, Billy Richard. Also, ladies and
Trying to announce that left fielder.
Here's the pitch. Billy Richard looks at ball one.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. In now the defensive change in left field, number 3, Bo Rogers.
So Richard standing back in, 1-0 the count with one away. Easterling steps off the rubber. So far he's been very efficient, 71 pitches. As that one's hit sharply over to third. The relay onto first is not in time. Richard will just replace Gonzalez at first. Or replace Bates at first.
Second base, number 21, Mario Maldonado.
5-4, the fielder's choice. So 2 away, Maldonado now at the plate. Mario's 0 for 2 today. He fouls his first pitch back. He'll be down 0-1. Two away. Check on Richard over at first. He dives back safely. Richard over at first has good speed. Here's the pitch. And it's hit sharply and into left field. Maldonado will have his first base hit of the day. So Humple, the pitcher, will now come to the plate.
The pitcher, number 19, Nathan Humble.
The Rattlers will have 2 on base. Humple so far, he's 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch and grounded into a double play. This one softly over towards second base. It's handled by Johnson, and that'll do it for the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on base. We're heading to the 7th, and you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. Top of the 7th, just getting underway. It'll be Lalonde to lead off. Humpel's still out there on the bump. This first pitch is yanked foul. 0-1. Lalonde is 3 for 4 today. He scored twice. Humpel comes set. That slider just misses, and it's 1-1. After Lalonde, it'll be Manning and then Bobrowski in this half of the inning. Time's called, and looks like they're inspecting Lalonde's bat. Everything seems to be okay, and we're ready to resume. One and 1 the count. Humpel sets. Here's the pitch. Lalonde fouls it off. Right to Slusher. 1-2 now. Humpel sets. Here's the pitch. This one's taken down the left field line, hooking foul. We'll do 1-2 yet again for Lalonde. Manning waiting on deck. Humpel has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. This one shot into left field. As Lalonde straightens it out after that deep foul ball. He'll be on with a leadoff single. Now it'll be Manning, the catcher.
CJ Manning.
Manning is 1 for 3 today. Got a hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He also came around and scored a run. Takes this first pitch into right center field. Richard coming on, he dives. And did he make the catch?
Yeah.
There's no signal from the umpire. There it is. And it'll be doubled off now. As Billy Richard, an excellent diving effort there. The first base umpire, my view of him was a little bit obstructed by the camera. He did indeed call the out. And Lalonde is doubled off as he was standing at third base, thinking that Richard had trapped it.
First base number 6, Nate Bobrowski.
Now Bobrowski will stand in. Here's the pitch, and he drilled him in the back. Bobrowski not happy about it.
I was just gonna ask that. How many hit by pitches have you had?
Now Burford will come up.
How many hit by pitches have you had?
3 or 4. It seems like the Rattlers are at least 3 or 4 hit by pitches now.
Designated hitter number 44, Marshall Burford.
Right, that's more than that.
Looking over my scorecard, I have it at 5 right now. So 1-0 the count for Burford. Humpel deals. This one shot right up the middle. A sharp single there for Burford, and it'll be 2 Hilltoppers on base. And Watts coming to the plate.
It's softball game, 1 run by Whitney.
Third base number 1, Dylan Watts.
So Watts, who's 1 for 3 today, step in. He singled in his last at bat. Pitch out of the zone, 1-0.
Well, I do, but I still I'm not that great.
Humpled to the plate. This one's taken into right field. Garcia coming on. It's off his glove. Runner will come home. It's cut off by Bates. The Hilltoppers now extend their lead to 14-2. So Watts with the RBI single. Burford moves over to third on the play, and Bobrowski comes around to score. Runners at the corner. Perzolo at the plate. Here's the pitch. And this one shot just foul down the third base line. It'll be 0-1.
The bottom of the fourth we go.
Hard in there.
0-1, Watson Burford lead. That pitch just outside, 1-1. Check over to first by Humple. Back in safely is Watts. Rick Villa still throwing in the bullpen. Here's the pitch. That one's high, 2-1. Quick checkup on the Lady Rattlers, a softball team, as they're playing in the NCAA championships against Midwestern. 0-0 still the score. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth. That one's ground to Maldonado. He'll put out to second base, and that'll end the inning. The Hilltoppers push one more run across. Their lead now 14-2. We're heading to the bottom of the seventh. It's time to stretch. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. It'll be Keith Funk to lead off the bottom of the seventh inning. Funk will be taking the place of Slusher. That first pitch out of the zone, 1-0. Easterling winds and deals. Funk tomahawks that one foul behind the plate. Funk so far on the year, he's hitting .308. He's only played in 10 games, started 8 of them. And he takes this one to deep left field. It's hooking and just foul.
No, softball.
Okay.
So it'll be 1-2 to Funk.
I don't know what time they play.
I can never track it.
Funk, the redshirt freshman, a local boy from San Antonio. This one taken to Lalonde, a diving stop. He gets back up and throws, and it's just in time. A great play there by Lalonde as he had to go toward the hole to make the play. One away.
Looks like that's a night game.
Right fielder number 4, Adrian Garcia.
The Dream gets a single. The Dream.
Adrian Garcia now coming up.
Rodriguez with the play.
That first pitch out of the zone, 1-0. Garcia 0 for 3 today for the leadoff man. He rips this one, and it's fair down the right field line. It hit the chalk. Garcia motoring. He's not gonna stay at second. He's heading to third, and he'll be in there with an errant throw. Garcia with the triple.
Left fielder number 30, Derek Muchagemba.
All right, I'm taking these.
And now Derek Muchagemba will come up.
What?
Muchagemba 0 for 3 today. Last time he was up, he reached on a drop third strike. He rips this first one into right field, and it'll fall. Garcia will trot in from third base. The score now 14-3. As Muchagemba and Garcia couple their first hits of the ball game together to produce a run for the Rattlers.
Shortstop number 9, Ivan Segal.
Now Ivan Segala coming to the plate. And he gets a hold of one. This is hit to deep left field. And Runty, a jumping catch. What a play. That ball is hit all the way to the warning track, and it's just a long fly ball out for Segala. And that's the second excellent play that Runty has made out in the outfield this tournament. He had a diving catch to start off the game against Arkansas Fort Smith yesterday. Now Brandon Bates will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. He's also been hit by a pitch. That first pitch well outside, 1-0. Easterling shakes off Manning. Now he has his pitch. And Bates takes this one to deep left center field. Runty settles underneath it and makes the catch on the run. So the Rattlers managed to push one run across off the strength of a Garcia triple. But the deficit is still 14-3. We're heading toward the 8th. You're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. Be Dolzel to lead off in the first pitch, about letter high and inside. 1-0.
What happened?
For what?
You seen?
Santiago.
What did you do?
Humple back out there. This one shot off the glove of Al Gonzalez. Segala throws over to first, but he has no chance. It'll be an infield single for Dolzel. Now Taylor Johnson will come up.
Second base number 8, Taylor Johnson.
Johnson so far 1 for 4 today. Dolzel, a decent lead at first. Here's the pitch. It runs in, called strike 1. Rogers waits on deck. He'll get a chance for the Hilltoppers this inning. Humple checks over to first. Back in standing is Dolzel. Check to first. Here's the pitch. It's grounded foul. 0-2.
Do you know what the timing is for the next game? Because I would hope we're not waiting until 7. Well, it's already almost 6.
Humple comes set. Looked to first. He looked again. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that one's fouled off the end of the bat by Johnson. He spoiled a good pitch and stayed alive.
Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah.
0-2, the count remains.
It's like they're taking that on our first line.
Humple comes set once again. Has his sign and deals. This one sky towards center field. Billy Richards settling underneath it. He applies the squeeze for the out. 1 away. Now Rogers will come to the plate. Rogers, who replaced Runty after he fouled the ball off his own leg, now take his first swings of the game. First pitch, well outside, 1-0.
Correction, now to bat. Left fielder number 3, Bo Rogers.
So 1-0 the count. This one taken towards second base. Maldonado to Segala. Onto first, not in time, but they're able to cut off the leadoff man, Dolzel. So 2 away.
Taylor flew out.
Next up, it'll be Lalonde, the shortstop.
Shortstop number 16, Ransom Lalonde.
And Lalonde, a great day at the plate so far. He's 4 for 5 with 4 singles. This one fouled back. 0-1 the count. Should this score hold, and I personally think it might, then the Rattlers will go on ahead and play the third game of this triple header. That would be against the Texas A&M International University Dust Devils. A tough play for Segala. His throw is in time, and the Hilltoppers are retired. And then the Hilltoppers would move on and play in the championship game Saturday, and they would have to lose twice on Saturday in order to be unseated. But no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. So you're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. Bottom of the 8th, getting underway, will be Al Gonzalez at the plate. Gonzalez so far today, he's 2 for 3, single and a double. That first pitch just out of the zone, 1-0. After him will be Richard and Maldonado scheduled to follow.
Still 0-0.
That one inside, 2-0 now to Gonzalez. And that one fouled off. It's 2-1 now. As Easterling still on the rubber for the Hilltoppers. He's only thrown 81 pitches so far, giving them a much needed effort. 3-1. Easterling from the wind. And that one's out of the zone. Ball 4. Gonzalez will trot down to first with the leadoff single. So it'll be Billy Richard at the plate.
Billy Richard.
Richard, 1 for 3 today with an RBI double. Takes that first pitch, a called strike. Gonzalez extending his lead at first. Here's the pitch. It's well out of the zone, a backhand by the catcher Manning. The count is evened up at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Richard shoots it right at Johnson. We'll try a turn 2. And the relay is in time. So 4-6-3 goes to double play, and the bases are cleared. And Maldonado will come to bat with 2 away.
Second base number 21, Mario Maldonado.
Maldonado 1 for 3 today. Singled in the 6th. Humple, the pitcher, is waiting on deck. And first pitch out of the zone, 1-0. That pitch again out of the zone, 2-0. Easterling has fallen behind here, 2-0. The skies have started to go dark. Sunshine still touches the field, but you can see on the horizon rain clouds starting to form. 3-0 the count. So we've had the threat of bad weather all day. Maldonado fouls this one out of play. 3-1's now the count. The next game is scheduled to get underway at 7 o'clock. But if the managers agree that they could avoid some bad weather, they might move it up a bit. Maldonado shoots this one into right field. And the catch is made by Pirazzolo. Well, that'll do it for the 8th. We're heading to the 9th. Hilltoppers lead 14-3. It'll be C.J. Manning set to lead off the 9th inning for the Hilltoppers. Humple's still out there on the rubber. His first pitch out of the zone for called ball 1. Manning today a 1-for-4 effort. He also was hit by a pitch. That one a called strike just on the outside corner, 1-1. And just as I said, the sun was still in the sky last half inning. Now it's being blocked by the clouds. 2-1. Manning, Bobrowski, and Burford scheduled to hit. Allen catches the outside corner. 2-2 now the count. Humple looks in with his sign. Here's the pitch. And just a bit low and out of the zone, 3-2. Counts run full.
It's just not going to be fun. And our this night is going down fast.
Here's the pitch. This one taken up the middle. Billy Richard tracking it, and he makes the grab. 1 away. Now Bobrowski will come up.
First baseman number 6, Nate Bobrowski.
Bobrowski 3-for-4 today. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He scored 3 runs for the Hilltoppers today. 1-0. Those 3 runs matched the effort of the entire Rattlers team to this point. Outside corner called strike 1. Humple deals. This one taken into the air. Richard going back. He makes the catch. It's 2 away.
Pinch hit.
It'll be a new hitter for Burford. Be number 35, Will McCaleb.
Your attention, please. Now batting for the Hilltoppers, number 35, Will McCaleb.
So Humple comes set. That pitch out of the zone, 1-0 to McCaleb. McCaleb, a .286 hitter on the year. Started in 3 games, played in 12. Pitch well out of zone, and he finds himself ahead, now 2-0. Here's the pitch. This one shot toward the middle and underneath the glove of Segala. McCaleb will have a hit here. Now Watts, the third baseman, will come up.
Number 1, Dylan Watts.
Watts 2-for-4, but 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats. Here's the pitch. That one bounced in, but it's blocked by Funk. 1-0 the count. Humple deals. This one bounced foul down the third baseline. 1-1. So 2 away. Humple looking for the quick inning. That's called a strike. 1-2. Humple looking in. Michaela leads from first. A pitch out of the zone. 2-2 now with 2 away. Look to first. Here's the pitch. This one taken towards center field. Billy Richard recording all 3 outs here in the top of the 9th. The Rattlers down to their last 3 outs as we'll head to the bottom of the 9th inning. You're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. So the bottom of the 9th getting underway. It'll be Easterling still out there on the rubber. He's looking for the complete game here and to put his team into the championship game, which will be played tomorrow. Humple opposing him, and Easterling came off the mound. I'm not sure what happened. I think this catcher, Manning, wasn't quite ready. He pointed at him weird. Well, 0-0 still the count. Here's the pitch. And I want a called strike to Humple, 0-1. Humple 0 for 2 today. He got hit by a pitch. That one also in the zone, 0-2. Humple started this game as the designated hitter. He eventually came in to pitch it and got him swinging. Humple goes down on 3 pitches. So 1 away, and Keith Funk will come up. Funk 0 for 1 so far today. He grounded out to short his first time up. Swing and a miss.
The catcher number 5, Keith Funk.
Easterling so far today only thrown his 90th pitch right now. That one, another called strike, 0-2. So the rally caps are on in the Rattlers dugout. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off, and Funk will stick around. Garcia, the leadoff man, waits on deck. Here's the pitch. And Funk, a 2-hopper over toward Lalonde. And the scoop is not taken by Bobrowski. And Funk will be on.
On the throw or on the...
Is that the catch?
Okay, we'll get into the throw.
Error will be assessed to Lalonde as the throw is in the dirt. Funk will stand at first. Garcia now steps in. I want a called strike one.
Right fielder number 4, Adrian Garcia.
Muchigamba waits on deck. Garcia, this one hit sharply but foul down the first baseline. 0-2 the count. Easterling shakes off Manning, now has his sign. And this one poked into left field, and the Rattlers will have a couple of base runners. And Muchigamba now come to the plate. So 2 on, 1 away. Muchigamba looks at a called strike one.
Go! Go, Rattler! Right! Right!
Easterling checks the second. Here's the pitch. Muchigamba shows bunt but pulls it back. 0-2. So Muchigamba, just like Garcia behind him, is falling behind 0-2. And he takes this one to left field, and it's a fair ball. Funk will be waved home, and Garcia will also be waved home. So Muchigamba stands at second with a double. 14-5, now the score. Muchigamba with a 2 RBI double.
Shortstop number 9, Ivan Segala.
Now Ivan Segala will come up. Segala 0 for 3 on the day. He popped out to left in his last at-bat. And one outside, and Segala's ahead 1-0. Now Manning will hand out, have a couple of words with Easterling, and now the pitching coach will also come out. I want to say it's the 3rd or 4th time that the pitching coach has come out to talk to Easterling today. He's been very sharp for the Hilltoppers, giving them a performance that they needed after they used 4 pitchers in yesterday's game against the University Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. Our conference is broken up. 1-0 the count. Some activity in the bullpen for the Hilltoppers, but I can't see the number of the player. Muchigamba leads from second. It's a giant lead. And this one hit a mile high by Segala, but it's not going to go very far. And Johnson settles underneath it to record the second out. Two away.
First base number 17, Brandon Bates.
Brandon Bates will now step in. Bates 1 for 3 on the day. Easterling looking for the complete game for the Hilltoppers. That pitch catches the outside corner, called strike one. Easterling shakes Manning off not once but 3 times now. Finally has his sign. And time called by Bates. Oh, 1 the count. Easterling looks to second. Here's the pitch. Did Bates go around? He did. So 0-2 now the count. Now the Rattlers down to their last strike. And the Hilltoppers 1 strike away from clinching a place in the championship game, but not if Bates has anything to say about it. Muchigemba will be waved around home. He'll score with ease. And Bates makes the game 14-6 now. So Rattlers collect their 10th hit of the ball game.
Ain't done yet! Go! Fire it up! Fire it up!
It'll be a pinch runner for Bates now. Weston Heilingman.
It's Weston Heilingman.
Time being called for the second time today in this inning. And Easterling's going to be taken out of the ball game. He's going to get a nice hand. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You're watching the Heartland Conference Tournament on Rattlers Live. The new pitcher for the Hilltoppers is Cameron Stanton. He's appeared in 5 games this year, pitched 4 2/3 inning with a 1.93 ERA. Stanton has 7 strikeouts as compared to 3 walks on the year. He's being put in here with a sizable lead. Al Gonzalez at the plate. And off speed there, and Heilingman will go on ahead and advance up the extra 90 feet. 1-0 the count to Gonzalez.
It's 14-6. So maybe we have some.
Hit towards one!
Richard waiting on deck. This pitch taken foul down the third baseline. 1-1 now for Gonzalez. Stanton looking in. No one else warming in the Hilltoppers pen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And for the second time today, the Rattlers are down to their last out. Stanton deals. Swing and a miss. The tag is applied, and that's the ball game. And with that 14-6 finish, the Hilltoppers have earned a date with the championship game tomorrow, while the Rattlers will have to face the Dust Devils in the third game of our triple header here today. The winning pitcher is Easterling. Moves to 11-3 on the year. McLean picks up the loss. I believe he moves to 8-4 now. So we'll be back with the third game of our triple header. It'll be the number 1 seeded St. Mary's Rattlers facing
As well,
in a rematch the Texas A&M International University Dust Devils. That game will be played at 7 o'clock, weather permitting. This has been a presentation of Rattler Athletics. You have been watching the Heartland Conference Tournament. Stick around for the third game of our triple header to see who will be facing St. Edwards in the championship game.
Music.